October is here, and while the air may feel a bit crisper and the leaves begin to turn, the Atlantic remains restless. The Atlantic hurricane season is still in full swing, with the ocean's energy undiminished and the threat of storms ever present. Warm ocean waters continue to fuel potential storm, keeping the entire Atlantic coast on alert. Even as autumn settles in, the risk remains high. This is a time for heightened awareness and preparation, not complacency. Communities up and down the coast must stay vigilant, ready to act at a moment's notice. Meteorologists are closely monitoring several areas of disturbed weather that could quickly develop into dangerous systems, sometimes with little warning. Sea surface temperatures remain above average for this time of year, creating a favorable environment for rapid storm intensification and unpredictable changes in storm tracks. History shows that some of the most destructive hurricanes strike late in the season. Now is not the time to let your guard down. Review your hurricane plan, and remember that preparedness can make all the difference. Check your emergency supplies, ensuring you have enough food, water, medications, and batteries to last several days if needed. Stay updated with the latest forecasts and alerts from trusted sources, and make sure your family knows what to do if a warning is issued. Weather can change fast. A distant disturbance today could be a major threat tomorrow. Don't wait until the last minute to prepare. Our mission is to keep you informed so you can protect your family and property. We're here to provide the latest updates and expert guidance. In the coming days, we'll break down the risks, explain what to watch for, and guide you through the preparations needed for whatever may come this hurricane season. Right now, we're tracking 4 key regions in the Atlantic, each presenting unique challenges and potential threats. Each of these areas has its own set of risks, making it crucial to monitor them closely. First, Invest 95L, a vigorous tropical wave in the main development region, shows strong signs of organization and could soon become our next named storm. This system has the potential to intensify rapidly, so it's one to watch closely. Closer to the U.S., a potential nor'easter off the southeast coast threatens hurricane-like impacts without a tropical classification. This could bring heavy rain, strong winds, and coastal flooding to the region. The Caribbean Sea is also on our radar, as late-season storms often form there, though confidence in development is still low. However, conditions can change rapidly, so we must stay vigilant. Over the Yucatan Peninsula, a small disturbance has a slim chance of organizing, but nothing can be ignored this time of year. Even minor systems can bring significant rainfall and localized flooding. Each system poses different threats and timelines, demanding close attention. The varying nature of these systems means that different areas could be affected in different ways. The coastal low is especially concerning for the U.S. East Coast, with its hybrid nature and potential for widespread effects. This system could bring a mix of heavy rain, strong winds, and even storm surge to coastal areas. The atmosphere is interconnected. One storm's development can influence another's path and strength. This interconnectedness makes forecasting particularly challenging but also fascinating. Our team is analyzing how these systems might interact and what that means for communities and their paths. We are using the latest technology and models to predict their behavior. As more data comes in, we'll refine the forecast and keep you updated on what to expect. Stay tuned for the latest updates and be prepared for any changes in the weather. Far out in the Atlantic, Invest 95L is gaining strength and organization, drawing the attention of meteorologists and weather enthusiasts alike. This area of disturbed weather has been steadily developing over the past several days, with thunderstorms becoming more concentrated and circulation beginning to take shape. The National Hurricane Center now gives Invest 95L a high chance of becoming the next named storm, Jerry, within just a few days. If it does, it will be the latest in a series of active systems this season, and could mark another significant chapter in the Atlantic hurricane story. This system is currently located in the main development region, a stretch of the Atlantic notorious for producing long-tracked and sometimes powerful hurricanes. Warm ocean waters and favorable atmospheric conditions here often allow storms to intensify rapidly. Forecast models are still in disagreement about Invest 95L's future strength and exact path. Some models suggest it could become a strong tropical storm or even a hurricane, while others keep it weaker. Regardless, the northern Leeward Islands, British Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico should remain vigilant and closely monitor updates. Most models currently steer the storm north of these islands, keeping the worst weather offshore. However, even a small shift in the track could bring heavy rain, gusty winds, and rough seas much closer to land, so residents should not let their guard down. The storm's path will be influenced by a large, high-pressure ridge over the Atlantic, which is likely to curve it out to sea. If this pattern holds, it would spare Bermuda and the U.S. East Coast from direct impacts, but the situation remains fluid. However, long-range forecasts can change quickly, especially with developing tropical systems. That's why daily monitoring and staying informed through official sources is essential for everyone in the region. Even if the storm passes well north of the islands, it can still generate dangerous ocean swells, strong rip currents, and rough surf along the coastlines. Beachgoers and boaters should exercise caution and pay attention to local advisories. We'll continue to track Invest 95L closely, providing updates as its path and intensity become clearer. Our team is monitoring the latest data, and will keep you informed of any significant changes. Stay tuned for the latest developments as this system evolves, and make sure you're prepared for whatever this hurricane season may bring. Closer to home, a powerful nor'easter is expected to develop off the southeast U.S. coast this weekend. Unlike a classic hurricane, this hybrid storm could stall for days, bringing prolonged hazardous weather. A strong cold front and warm Gulf Stream waters are fueling its formation, while high pressure to the northeast may block its escape. This setup could mean relentless onshore winds, significant coastal flooding, and severe beach erosion. Multiple high-tide cycles with elevated water levels could compound flooding and damage. Even without a hurricane name, impacts could rival or exceed those of a tropical storm. Residents should not underestimate this threat. Its slow movement could make conditions worse. The next 24-48 hours are critical for determining the storm's exact impacts along the East Coast. The main danger zone stretches from northeast Florida through the Carolinas into southeastern Virginia. North Carolina's Outer Banks and southeastern Virginia are at highest risk for direct prolonged impacts, storm surge, strong winds, and heavy rain. South Carolina, Georgia, and northeast Florida will also see coastal flooding and beach erosion from persistent onshore flow. Cities like Myrtle Beach, Charleston, Savannah, and Jacksonville should prepare for hazardous conditions. Further north, the threat to the mid-Atlantic and southern New England has lessened, but gusty winds and dangerous surf remain possible. Heavy rainfall could extend well inland, with 3 to 7 inches forecast for eastern North Carolina and Virginia, raising the risk of freshwater flooding. Impacts won't be limited to the coast. Everyone in the eastern Carolinas and southeastern Virginia should be ready. Stay alert and monitor updates, as the storm's track could still shift. Forecasting a developing storm relies on advanced computer models like the GFS and European ECMWF. Both agree a strong system will form and stall off the Carolina coast, raising confidence in a significant event. However, models differ on the storm's exact track and timing, which affects who gets hit hardest. That's why we use ensemble models, dozens of simulations with slight variations, to capture the range of possible outcomes. The consensus: a slow-moving high-impact storm is likely, but the precise location remains uncertain. Forecasts are not certainties. They're the best estimates based on current data. As the storm nears and more real-time data comes in, predictions will become more accurate. We'll keep updating you as the situation evolves to ensure you have the latest, most reliable information. This coastal storm brings multiple hazards for millions. Expect strong, damaging winds, gusts of 40-60 mph along the coast, possibly higher offshore, causing power outages and structural damage. Prolonged winds will stress trees and buildings, increasing the risk of failures. Heavy rain, with 3 to 7 inches possible, could trigger flash flooding and river flooding, making roads impassable. The biggest threat: storm surge and severe beach erosion, as relentless onshore flow pushes water and waves against the coast. Homes, businesses, and infrastructure near the shore are at risk of flooding and permanent damage. Dangerous marine conditions and rip currents will make the ocean hazardous for swimmers and boaters. Stay out of the water. High surf and rip currents will persist even after the storm weakens. These threats will last for days, so don't let your guard down once the storm passes. Take all warnings seriously to protect yourself and your community. Now is the time to prepare. Don't wait for the storm to arrive. Have an emergency plan. Know your evacuation zone, meeting place, and keep phones charged. Assemble a disaster kit with food, water, medications, flashlights, and supplies for at least 3 days. Include pet supplies, and keep important documents in a waterproof bag. Secure your property, bring in outdoor items, check shutters or board up windows, and clear gutters. Listen to local officials. If evacuation orders are issued, leave immediately. Never drive through flooded roads or approach downed power lines. Stay aware during the storm and use a battery-powered radio for updates. Your safety is the top priority. Property can be replaced. Lives cannot. Taking these steps now will help keep you and your family safe. As this major coastal storm approaches, information is your best defense. Stay tuned to trusted sources like the Weather Channel and the National Weather Service for updates. Avoid rumors and unverified social media posts that can cause confusion. Use this time to prepare, check supplies, secure your home, and review your emergency plan. Our meteorologists will provide continuous coverage and the latest data to keep you informed. The Atlantic is active, and the U.S. East Coast faces a significant threat from this coastal low. Residents from Florida to Virginia should be ready for strong winds, heavy rain, and coastal flooding. We'll also keep tracking Invest 95L as it moves toward the Caribbean. Stay vigilant, be prepared, and follow official guidance. Together, we can weather this storm and keep our communities safe.